Managing menstrual health conditions. Everyone experiences periods differently, and periods can vary from person to person. For some, having a menstrual health condition can affect their period significantly. These conditions can cause specific symptoms that may be difficult to manage and have an impact on day-to-day life. Britt has two menstrual health conditions, endometriosis and adenomyosis. In this short clip, she shares things that work for her for managing her conditions and their impact.
Hi, I'm Britt. I'm a patient advocate for women's health, and I also lead the Glasgow Endometriosis UK support group. I didn't always have something that I could put a name against. For many years it was all in my head, and it was a matter of I just had bad periods and I needed to get on with it. And difficulty with periods has started back from when I was 11, when I started menstruating. So I'm now 33, and it's been a very long journey.
Education.
For me to try to understand so that I could be my own best advocate in the hospital, at my appointments, at my GP appointments, nurse specialist appointments, I did a couple things. So one, I sought peer-to-peer support. So there's a variety of different online and in-person support groups, and that was really good because it was just being able to, one, talk to people who get it. The value of that, of being able to explain, I get these contraction-like pains, and have somebody look at you and say, no, I know what you're talking about. I get them. That's such a calming feeling, actually, and it kind of reduces, that maybe hidden anxiety about it, because you're like, I have no idea if this is normal, and I don't like speaking to people about it, and you get quite nervous about it. So that peer-to-peer support has been invaluable to me. I also did a lot of reading. I tried to, see what my own GPs knew about it and actually say, let's work together, so that if they didn't have a good understanding, that they could. There's a lot of resources online. I think it's just looking at understanding the condition as itself. And as hard as it is to just remember, you will read a lot, but just remember that every case is different. The more information you have, the better equipped you are to, one, manage your pain and manage your condition and understand it, but also advocate for yourself.
Self-management.
There's the immediate things. So I use things like a TINS machine. There's warming or cooling gels and things to help as well, or patches. I find that those things really help, but it's actually also my communication with my friends and my family. I was very open to say that I have, these two conditions now, and I have been diagnosed with both of them, and this is what they can do. And I do struggle with, chronic fatigue, and sometimes I have really bad pain days. And I think it's just trying to educate them, because in return, they're just like, do you know what, that's okay. I know you're not just blowing me off. I know you're not just cancelling at last minute, because, there is a reason. And I think what that helps is that removes the guilt that you quite often feel. Then learning how to communicate and understand, okay, these are my symptoms. These are why I'm getting my symptoms. These are the, non-medical treatments, for example, with the TINS machine, that I can use to help mitigate my pain. It allows to give you the full picture. And I think most importantly is just remember that regardless of your experience, you're in control. And it can so often feel with health that, decisions are out with your control. But by doing this and by educating yourself, it gives you that peace and that knowledge that, you are doing everything you can. And I think that that's quite important.
Setting an end goal.
It's been really helpful to define what I find as my end goal. So everybody's end goal is going to be different. For me, it's been pain management. And that's been trying to get my quality of life back, so that I feel like I can be quite active again. But for some people, it might be, they want to look at preserving their fertility and having children and what that means for them, or possibly going different fertility routes. And I think that's really important because, it's great to have information And it's very important to have that understanding. But really to know or get the best out of your treatment and to have that clear communication with your healthcare professional or practitioner, it's knowing what you want from it. From my experience, knowing my end goal, or at least having a first step towards what you know your end goal is, and it can be, you can have more than one. It can be like, right, I want to get over this mountain or this hurdle, and then I'll look at the next thing. But it's knowing that it empowers you to ask those why questions. That was really important, that I could feel that I was making the best informed choice for my body, for my life, for my quality of life, and what was going to get me to my end goal.
Final thoughts.
If you're somebody that is watching this and is also going through this journey, just know to seek out all the options, know what they are, try to fully understand what the whole picture looks like, and then make your decision. And then for those that are watching this from a learning perspective, because you may have a loved one or a colleague that knows this, just be understanding that while there are treatment options out there, they may not be suitable for everyone, and you need to be supportive and understanding of that, or at least try. And I appreciate that that's a lot to ask, but I think it's a starting point.
If you're worried about your period symptoms or your periods are affecting your day-to-day life, visit your GP.